Right, so I've been online for about a year, I don't know, critiquing politics here and there. I haven't done a video log before, but today I feel like I need to, because what we're seeing is, I think, the most cynical and disgusting move in decades. Today, the Prime Minister has used a terrorist attack in London for political gain, and not just looking strong and stable. I'm talking about playing to racism here. She can dress up in pay some lip service to our liberal values or whatever, but she knows that if she says enough is enough in a firm enough voice, that's what's going to get reported. And all you have to do is have a look at like certain political chat groups, Facebook groups, and the racists are loving it. They're flooding back to her. And I don't want to politicize this. I didn't have many criticisms of the Prime Minister's behaviour during the last terrorist attack. Other people did. But my view was more restrained. But this is disgusting. It's a Linton Crosby dead cat for the purposes of distracting attention away from the only way this conversation can otherwise go. Why have police numbers been cut 20,000? Why is there no community policing, as the Fed said to her? All the predictions they made came true. Why is there not more funding forthcoming? If there was, it would be an admission of mistakes. So it's enough is enough. There's too much extremism. We're going to clamp down on this, but it's not, let's give more money to the police. It's not anything productive. It's just more and more powers when you don't have the people required to make sure that this works. And again, this isn't a political point. What I'm saying is that the press should apply the same level of criticism to Theresa May as they would anyone else. So when Jeremy Corbyn makes a speech 5 days after a terrorist attack and gets called monstrous, the first thing on the press is, should he have made the speech so far after the event? It's just outlining foreign policy. You know, the Conservatives are waiting with attack lines. It doesn't actually matter what he says. They were pre-written. It was obvious. Didn't matter what he said. They were going to accuse him of being a monster, and they don't get accused of playing politics with terrorism. And now this happens, playing to racism, and we hear nothing. We hear nothing because, as George Orwell said, the strongest censorship is that just won't do. And Linton Crosby knows that. And he's told Theresa May and said, go out and make this speech. And it's disgusting. If we don't speak out about it, then the press won't. We have to be very, very loud, because although there is people speaking out about it, there isn't so many because people are trying to be respectful, whereas the Prime Minister's going out instantly politicising this in what's basically a campaign speech announcing new policy agenda when the campaigns have been suspended. There's a time for this, and there's a reason that they're doing it now instead. And big part of that reason is because they think they can get away with it. They think people like you and me are too decent to say anything about it. Well, we have to. We have to now. We have to break the habit of a lifetime. And it's not pleasant, but we have to speak out about it. Because this crosses so many lines when you look at it. The Conservative Party have already shown that they're happy to play with racism in this campaign. There's a reason that Diane Abbott is targeted so much. You know, she said something stupid about numbers. certain police numbers, fair enough. But complete fake news accusations on BBC Question Time from the Prime Minister, this person's meant to be holding respectable office. You know, again, look at the boards, look at what's going on online. For everyone criticising Diane Abbott, saying, oh yeah, the racists are getting into it. They're loving it. Because it's all part of this. Have to appeal to the hard right by and neutralising the left by making someone look weak. Well, actually, the left isn't weak. What's weak is not facing up to people holding you accountable. And that's exactly what Theresa May's game has been. Everyone knows that's how she ran as Home Secretary. There are many reports of that. She throws Philip Hammond to the wolves rather than facing it herself. The only reason she faced any criticism at all is because Marxism got let into the room when she had the biggest U-turn ever. I'm quite a politically minded person, so sorry for straying into politics there. But this is what it's about. This is why they're saying this now. And why it needs to be called out now. We need to put pressure to make sure that voices are heard. And that there's at least criticism saying, is this the right thing to have said now? Let alone is it right at all to say there's too much extremism. Extremism from where? What kind of extremism? It's blanket. The reason it's blank is because it's pouring fuel on a racist fire. And we need to make it stop. I'm not saying do this, do that. I'm saying for God's sake, make up your mind whether this is something you can tolerate, and if it's not, do something.